Hey guys, whoa, big difference. Welcome back to this channel. My name is Ronnie. If you guys are new to this channel, I'll talk about a few things. Mainly would be personal finance, investing, creating side hustle, as well as little things that we personally do in order for us to achieve the freedom that we want. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about life without an alarm bell. How different would it be if your life is not run by an alarm bell? So, give you guys perspective, in a short period of time, within 5 years or so or less, I was managed to switch over from a 9-to-5 job, corporate gig, suit and tie, into maybe I do about one day and not even wearing a suit and tie anymore. So maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get one day. So life without an alarm bell, it is so different. So different because I've been to offices where half of the people in there, when I looked at them in the morning, first thing in the morning, they're still half asleep. And they don't really want to be there. And it's kind of, I'm sure it can relate to you guys if you're working in that corporate gig or in those roles where it's high demanding, very stressful. You get there early and you go home pretty late, and it's just never ending for some of them. Unless you made that choice of find other things to surplus, make your income, then you're gonna stay in that rut. And I can see the look in their eyes that they're not really that happy in this role. Then you should really do something about it. I don't know what they do, but when I actually go in, I'm visiting a couple of clients and looking at their, organization. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I realized that most people don't find different ways of doing things because they've been conditioned this way. They've been conditioned to work long hours. They've been conditioned to go, an hour and a half drive, 2 hours drive each way to go to a job. I used to be one of those, I must admit, and that wasn't fun. And I made the conscious decision to change my life, because if I don't change it, no one else will. No one else is going to tell you, oh, by the way, this is not good for your health. You should change it. No one's going to do that. Now, I did have a comfort job, paying pretty good money, but at the same time, it relies on me to be there. It relies on me to focus my dedication to that company. I mean, don't get me wrong, I learned so much from that job. I learned a lot in a big corporation job. And I still apply my learning from that, or what I learned in there, to my business. Whether it's from my own personal investment or whether it's from my side hustle, I still apply that. But the difference is that I don't rely on an alarm clock to go to work. I rely on body clock. My body clock is actually great. Alarm clock versus body clock. Because of an alarm clock, it pretty much forces you to go to sleep, even though you can't go to sleep. And it sort of focuses you, okay, I need to do a certain number of hours in order for me to work productively. Whereas a body clock, it's like when you're really tired, then you go to sleep within 5 minutes, bam, you're gone. And when your body said you are well rested, then you will wake up. On the odd occasion, I get my kids waking me up. yeah, the lifestyle of an alarm clock versus a body clock waking up, it's whoa, massive difference. So in my life now is I'm creating more input, like my income is much bigger than if I were to go out and going out working. Let's suppose that you're earning, I don't know, a number would be, let's say $200 a day. So if you can earn $200 a day with less input, like less work, would you do it? I would. And that's what I created. I created something that, okay, then when I was working my 9 to 5 job, it was X amount of dollars, let's say $200 per day. So how can I change that so that way I can earn $200 in short period of time and with less effort? And that's what I did. And because of that, now I don't really rely like a full-time 9 to 5 job. I just consult once in a while, and I just go out once in a while. And yeah, sometimes I always want somebody asked me this one day, goes, why don't you just keep on doing that? And I go, well, that's what I do. I only had a body clock, alarm clock if I have to, but most of the time of the week, I don't really have an alarm clock. I wake up when my kids is waking up, have breakfast with them. Like each to their own, yeah. So for me, it's like having the possibility of sitting down, have breakfast, have dinner with my kids is the most important thing there is, because that's like a family gathering for me. That's how we can bond and ask them what did they do for the day, and asking them what's the fun thing, what did you learn today, and all that jazz. So now, I never had that when I was a child, and I don't want that to happen to my children, so I try my best to be there as much as I can. The odd occasion I have to go out early, like today. But yeah, and I realized also in a typical day as a parent, well, if you have children, I'm sure you can relate to this. Your hours, it's so short. So by the time we had breakfast, taking the kids to school, and you go back, like if you go to work, let's say, you don't get there until about 10 o'clock. So you start at 8, well, for me anyway, about 7 to 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. By the time we finish our parenting duty, if you're dropping them to school, and by the time you sit down in front of a computer or go into the office, for me anyway, we don't start till about 10. And then we have to do whatever we need to do in our business, and we have to shut it down roughly at about 4, somewhere around there. Usually after lunch, at about 3ish, somewhere around, that's when we sort of start to shutting down, 3 to 4 o'clock. So that's when we do our business between 10 till 3. And then after that, before you know it, you got to pick up your kids and do the whole entire parenting again. So for me, it's that. So you've only got about 6 hours, solid hours, and then minus obviously your lunch, and then if you need to do your errands as well. So yeah, about 6 hours is as a parent anyway, that's your productivity. We try to squeeze those 6 hours to do everything that is possible and as quickly as possible. And that was the turning point. Like, if I want the lifestyle of no alarm, I have to make my productivity within that 6-7 hours very, very very, very focused. Otherwise, before you know it, it'll be gone. But yeah, the sacrifice that we make is little things, but at the same time, the reward of it's much greater than going to work for someone else. Much greater. Yeah, like I never thought that this lifestyle exists until you try it out. Once you try it out, you don't want to go back. You don't. I certainly don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to the 9 to 5. I don't want to be stuck in a desk all day. I'd rather be out. I'd rather be going, on a midweek when there's nobody going to the beach. I want to go to the beach. And then on the weekend, I want to stay in. And that's what we do. Like on the weekend, we stay in the house because during the week, we go out. So we go out when there's nobody there. We stay at home when everyone else is there. That's what we do. Back before this COVID stuff happened, we go to the zoo like about twice a week, and it's always during the weekdays when there was nobody there and nobody's in the ferry and nobody at the zoo. It was great because we had the whole entire zoo to ourselves. And then we tried that on a Saturday in one stage, and like, whoa, it's so packed full of people. And then we didn't and you have to line up. That was like our biggest turning point. Like, I have to line up to do the cable car. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather do it during the week. So yeah. And then another time would be, let's say my kids love public transport. Before COVID happened, I usually take them on a train ride, random places, far away, longest train ride, an hour and a half train ride, and then come back again. But we're definitely going to have seats. So we go just after the peak hour and we go home just before the peak hour. And then by the time we get off, probably find a park, and then after that, go back home. That's it. Just have a picnic and go back home. That's what we used to do. But since this COVID thing happened, no more train rides, so we have to find different activities. Luckily now it's actually spring, so we're going to go to the beach more often. And we have the choice. We have a choice of, we want to go on a holiday, for example. We don't have to wait until annual leave. We don't have to request day off. We just go. And at the same time, we're thinking, why do we need to go, considering every day it's like a holiday to us? We don't really have much of holiday time, let's say, because every day life without an alarm clock, it feels like a holiday. It doesn't feel like I'm working. It's because I kind of enjoy what I do. Because I treat my job not a job, I treat it like as if it was a play. And it's so much fun. Because you learn as you go. The learning curve of doing this there's no word to describe it. The challenges that comes with it, and you just have to make it happen. You just go one step at a time. If there's a problem, what do you do? Okay, so you find a solution. And the thing is about owning your own business, it's like you can't pass the buck or go, oh, it's this person's fault, that person's fault. The buck stop at you. For example, at one stage in real estate, that I had a problem with the real estate agent not being active. So it's not the real estate agent's fault. It's not. It's actually my fault because I chose the wrong real estate agent who doesn't take care of my property and who doesn't take care of, he doesn't want my business. So it's no one's fault except yours. So yeah. And then in eBay, let's say, it's the same thing. If you don't get any sales, it's your fault. It's not no one else's fault, it's your fault. You must have product that people don't want. So you need to adjust that accordingly. Like maybe just try to sell product that people actually want it. So in the business, I guess as I look at it, you learn as you go. You never stop learning. But if you found the key, your lifestyle will change dramatically. And lifestyle without a alarm clock, it's much better than if your weekend is the only day off, and 5 days of the week you gotta go at a job that you don't like. That's just my 2 cents today. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video.